Good evening and welcome everyone to tonight's official coverage of Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 7. It is, I think it's actually round 7, ladies and gents, here at the Redbull Ring tonight. As usual, MATCHFIT Entertainment is providing live stream. That means myself, Davo, and J-Man will be broadcasting it to you live. J-Man, how are you doing tonight, my friend?
Yeah, g'day, Davo. G'day, viewers. Welcome aboard. As you mentioned, race 7, series 7. Yeah,
Yes.
round 7 rather. So
Yep.
Red Bull Ring, a little bit familiar for you and I, mate. Here in as many days, I think we were only
Yeah.
calling a race here a few days ago. Looking forward to this one, and
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit different flavour. This one, obviously the full field of GT3 cars. Last time we called something like this was Porsches, but hey, look, it's looking good out there, and a good field once again here at Rainlight Racing for a Monday night 23. Looking to
Absolutely.
start this qualifying session, which will be underway shortly. Obviously, the drivers just getting their talking to right now.
Yes.
And
Yes.
all things official. So I guess it gives us an opportunity too, mate, just to inform the viewers that aren't aware. This is a 90-minute race here tonight. Got a 30-minute qualifier coming up, which will be split into two. So obviously we'll have the pro-ams and the ams go out and do business for the first 15, and then the big guns go and have the track to back end to themselves, and then we will embark on what will be a 90-minute race with a compulsory pit stop for tyres and fuel, Davo.
Tyres and fuel tonight, J-Man, in the CPS. That's right. It is, I think they call it the Super Sprint format, which is the 90-minute race here for round 7 in season 7 of Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 series. You can see the calendar on screen there. We're at round 7 at Red Bull Ring. And like J-Man just mentioned, yes, we do have a couple of double ups over the next couple of weeks. I think we've got, I think we, like you said, we just called, well, MATCHFIT did just called a Porsche Cup race on Thursday night here at Red Bull Ring. We're calling another one here on a Monday night at, which is awesome for us, you know, because we're just so G'd into or focused on the track at the moment. And I think we got another double up later in the week, J-Man, with Watkins. I think with, I think it might be the ASN Z crew again, and I might be here, so don't quote me. There's so much going on, ladies and gentlemen, so don't forget, hit the like and subscribe button while you're right there, and your notifications, so you can keep up with all that. But look, we will mention just quickly, as you could see there before, we got to thank the good people at SIMBLACKS for coming on board again here for season 7 with the Rainlight Racing community, providing awesome prize at the end of the year here. Sim Magic P1000 set of pedals, random draw at the end of the season for the guys that have completed more than 80% of the series itself. So awesome stuff. We've got to also thank CrossScutt Woodworks, Carpentry and Joinery, True to Life Racing Designs, Crossing 43, and HENDO, and obviously MATCHFIT Entertainment for broadcasting it all to you live, ladies and gentlemen. As these guys, they're getting read the right act, I think, tonight here. We're still in driver brief, J-Man. I'm trying to fill some space here, but this is quite a long driver brief, actually. So
Well,
I think
mate, do you want to take the opportunity to maybe talk a little bit of points, if you like?
Let's go points. Let's go points. Hopefully we've got our mics on points. Let me just click the button and check it. And yes, J-Man, I rectified the microphone. I did rectify the microphone issues from the previous couple of weeks. So yes, Lucas Keys, top spot.
Yeah, still the top spot. If you tuned in this time last week, is we will have a little bit of time while these guys do
circulate. Yep.
Outlet. Yeah. Lucas Keys, a little bit of late drama last week, and I believe had to make that late double stop. He got a drive through, and then still had to make the pit stop. Still came back for second, which was pretty impressive stuff. And a little bit of a shift on the points there. He's still up the top, just the margin slightly changed. Brandon Webley still holding down second spot. Is it? I think it is.
Yeah, Webley in second.
Webley, and then Fordo managed to put a 40-point margin on what was a equal third the week before on Nick Firth. However, Firth is still hanging in there. P4. Tony Spence, just such a standout drive, I think, this season for Tony, given that he is racing out of a different class. And then Pete Dawson, Matty Clark, who's actually just tuned in. Matt's still there, and Steve Crossland.
G'day, Matty.
George Goddard and Gunther Rowe rounding out the 10, but look right behind there, Costas. Had a strong drive last week, actually. Very, very good drive through the mid-phase of the race, was coming on strong. Opted for the very, very early stop, if I remember correctly, and charged on back through. Caught a little bit of traffic, but made that strategy work for him, and we'll see plenty of strategy here tonight, given it's a fuel and tyre combination. Few drivers last week opting, unfortunately, mistakenly taking the tyre as opposed to something like a 5-second stop. Golombek, and then Perkins, McConnell, Kim, back out to the 15th, and the list goes on, and some big heavy hitters all the way back there. HENDO, one of our sponsors as well. He'll be praying for a bit of rain because he's
in the Bentley
specialist.
Yep. In the MATCHFIT Bentley there as well, J-Man. And look, it continues on. We've got Warren in 20th, Fuckery, who I think is the first car out of the pit lane here for qualifying for round 7 here at Red Bull Ring. In 21st, Worcester in 22nd, Bewley, Kramer, Matty, Dayton. Oh, look, the list goes on. Mav actually way down the back there, missed a whole bunch of rounds. Just quick mention, I'm sure I saw Mav in some odd car earlier in practice, but we'll get onto that later when we see the boys roll out of the pits. But what have we got here? First phase of qualifying, J-Man. Let's get some vision going on here with the Pro and the Pro-Am guys out on track at the moment.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, we have got the Factory car out there, the 8:30 first car that's probably going to give us an indicative time. We saw some good low 1 minute 27s shared by those Datsuns earlier of Lucas Keys and Maverick as well, so that'll be something to look forward to a little bit later on this qualifying session. But right now it's all about these guys, in a 28.7 in the bank for Craig McConnell. 29.2 would be for Eddie Fackery. So
okay. So another just quick thing: McConnell in a Ferrari tonight, J-Man.
Okay.
So a couple of boys mixing car choices up here.
So what does that mean in respect of the championship? There, I see Elvis tuning in. He might be able to shed a little bit of light in the chat while he's waiting for his turn to go out there and have a crack. But
is that the other McConnell? It actually might be the other McConnell. What's the other McConnell? It is Chris McConnell. Yes. There you go. Yep. Caught me out. Same initial there.
Yep. So that's one there to keep us on our toes tonight, viewers. Is we've got a Chris McConnell
and a Craig McConnell.
So we might have to opt for the Elvis, I think, on the Craig. But
all the same.
Yep.
These guys going at it, setting some indicative times. Marnie actually in the Porsche, J-Man holding provisionally first, or was actually until then. Danny Kim sneaking past there, and also Goddard. This guy's starting to push.
Oh no! Oh, we've only got one McConnell out there now, so we do have Craig, aka Elvis, up in the stewards booth tonight. got a bit of barley belly or something going on there. So
Oh, that's no good.
appreciate your work up there, Craig. Never an easy job.
As we focus on Kramer.
So what have
First,
we got out
really
there,
good, solid lap. Gets him up in position.
10 cars of the 23 running in this, or 25 is it, of the session, I think, out there doing the business.
Yeah, 25.
So Goddard now shifts the marker a little bit better now for a 128.0. It's a very, very good lap. Anything, I think, from any of this field here that drops into the 27s is very, very impressive.
Mate. Kim and Marnie still, you know, coming along on the deltas there.
Yep.
Maybe not got Goddard's measure, but Kim's looking hot there. I think he's over 3/10 up, which would still not get him there.
4/10 now, climbing, heading towards 5/10. This will be good enough.
Oh, that's close. And there it is.
Takes him to the top. But some good deltas coming. We're looking at Ken Worcester as well. He's in there on a 30.6, so needs a lot more, but he did have it. I saw him upwards of 4.5 tenths just before, so
yep,
for a big improvement. Coming down the final 2 corners now, so Worcester looking to make some good gains.
Marnie improving on his time, but not position in the last lap.
No, Danny Kim pressing on too, mate. So he's got the slightest margin to the favour of the green at the moment.
You'd expect Goddard to respond, whether he's got anything or not in that McLaren. Will yet to be seen. Perkins looking pretty healthy, well back on the times.
Yeah, a few cars already opted for another set of rubber too, Davo. So I did see the Chris McConnell car, I think, go back and grab some rubber.
I think it's still got half the session left. We're only about halfway through.
So not a lot green on the totem at the moment. I think we've still got Eddie Fickery up at the moment, and Perkins also. So Lee Perkins has got that thing wound up at the moment. Where is he? Okay, so he's just coming into sector 2 now, which is effectively all but turn 2. Tough corner, good passing opportunity tonight to be there. Turn 1, exit, and then also on the way in and out of turn 2. We saw earlier or later last week the option of the high line and the ability for certain cars, given how they're set up, to be able to
definitely
run that high line.
Yep.
And it really promotes some good side-by-side racing here at Red Bull Ring. I'm really looking forward to seeing
it. Does. It does, Damon. And actually, it promotes the side-by-side stuff up to the corner and out of that corner down into 3. And we see some great battles. You know, the guys know it's on.
Perkins
and
coming.
It's worth a crack. Yes, cameras on Perkins at the moment.
Yep, this could be good enough for grabbing Chris McConnell, I think, moving him up a spot, maybe a little bit further.
Maybe a little bit further here, J-Man, I would suspect. And a lot further onto the second row. He'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
Good, solid.
Welcome aboard, Louis Van der Venter. Good to have you tuning in as well, buddy. So Perkins back into the pits. Still got a good 5 3/4 minutes if he wants to grab another set of tires.
Yeah.
Needs a good half a second or a good 4 tenths to make good on the time that he's done. Could be happy with that, maybe. Don't know. Might be a bit of confidence building. It'll be interesting to see what the attitude is, whether Lee goes out and has another crack. But Kramer is now on a lap as well. What would that do from 29.855? Probably needs about 1.1 seconds to make any inroads into Chris McConnell. Where does he end up?
Doesn't improve.
29.6. So the smallest of margins now. I think these drivers probably got the best out of these track conditions and maybe themselves heading down towards this final 4 3/4 minutes. But very, very handy times. I mean, the 27.9, the 8.0, those times will stand pretty well going forward into this next session, I think. And we've seen it time and time again, week in, week out here at Rainlight Racing, that we always get a couple of pro-ams that really fire some stout times in and mix it up with the the class above. And I think, you know, Danny Kim's proven, and I think he did it last week or possibly even the week before, where he'll go and bank these times. Same with Goddard. I think he's got the pace as well to be able to run up there. They got a good strategy going. I don't see why that those two cars can't stay inside the 10 or just outside. I think maybe Danny Kim might have just finished just outside. Surely be able to bring that data up, viewers, and have a quick look at that.
So we just see Worcester around the final corner, looking pretty healthy on the numbers as well. Betters his time, not the position. I think he's going to pack that one up. Perkins continues on in the Ferrari. Only a little over 3 minutes for these boys to go. The Pro and Pro-Am guys out here.
Danny Kim's parked it, mate. He's done enough, I think.
Yeah, I think you called it there actually a lap or so ago, or not that long ago, whatever, that the guys had probably come to their, you know, limit on how fast they were going to go. The deltas just really did sort of fade there once they got to a certain time in the qualifying session. A little bit of gain here and there, but yeah, it's really leveled out here pretty quickly with these boys in this first phase of qualifying before.
Yeah, there's a little bit to play with for fourth, fifth and sixth, looking at the margins. Even third, Perkins, Thackeray, Marnie, Warren, and even Chris McConnell, for that matter, still very, very close. So those drivers ranging from a 28.4 through to a 28.6. So, you know, you could argue that the third spot here's anybody's up to, I think possibly Chris McConnell. So, and they are the ones that we're watching right now in respect to the deltas lighting up, and 4 of those 5 are on the side of the green. So Warren, the guy I was just watching, but now Perkins responding. He was a 10th up out of turn 2. So looking to try and maybe just save that third position, just knowing that he's probably going to have to press on a little bit because these guys will be chasing pretty hard. And we're only talking about a 10th and a half difference between 3rd and 6th or even 7th.
Yep.
Danny Kim will be just grabbing some refreshments for this one. He's got a good 15 minutes after this to watch the pros go out and see where he lands at the end of this session as well. And I think a 27.9, based on the chat that I'm reading, is going to see him land in a pretty solid position. At Thackeray now, he is looking good, coming through the back sector of this track. Had a 10th and a half, still working around that 10th and a quarter, 10th and a half. Heading towards 2/10ths there as he just dropped down the hill, runs a little bit wide. Coming down through the S's, winds it back up just under a 10th of a second. What will that do? That'll be enough to grab Perkins.
It's enough to sneak a position there, isn't it?
It is enough.
And now, runs wide. Marnie.
Oh, he had it on the button there.
Marnie there. Now, looks like he might sneak Thackeray here if he can keep this together.
Yeah, Marnie's looking good. He's just got to string this last corner. Chucks the Porsche in there. Looks nice and tight. He's heading towards 2/10. Going to do it comfortably.
Does he get... Oh, he did get Perkins as well. Yep. So he got the both of them.
And about 3 seconds to go before we see the big hitters come out. But Ben Lay is out there now, and he has got a number that's going to challenge Kramer and Warren ahead of him. And Chris McConnell as well. So he just needs to. He just unfortunate turn 2 gets it wrong. That'll be all she wrote. Now Perkins was still on a lap as well, a legit lap. However, he is a half a second down. So maybe just circulating the car home, trying to get a read on who was the first.
It was Keys, Mav, Rowe. Yeah, so Keys is off, like he just started the race. Mav and the boys behind there just doing a little bit of
Give us an
cycling.
update on that. Sorry, Davo, Louis, and just keep an eye on that. Just got a bit of feedback saying that the comms were cutting out. Maybe Mace. I think if you've tuned in, Mace, just give us a read on how the comms are tonight. Are we silky smooth, or we got a bit of techie issues going?
Have we got a couple of techie little gremlins that we're not spotting? Yeah, definitely hit us up in the chat box. Let us know what's going on.
Okay, it's cutting in and out. Sorry, guys. We'll look into that and see what we can see there. No cutting in for me, for Isaac. So we'll just press on and hopefully, guys, that audio cleans itself up. And
so the boys and girls across the line for their first flying laps here. Cam's on Mav at the moment. I think, like we mentioned, I think it's Keys first out on track. Mav, it might have been actually Fotterday. Oh no, he's backed off. Okay, but then it was Gunther Rowe after Mav in the Mustang. So a couple of Skylines. Yeah, who's that? Oh, it's Webley, should I say. Webley and then in one of the other Mustangs.
Yeah, so it's Webley. Is he tucked in behind Mav, is he?
He's tucked in behind Mav and then Rowe in behind that J-Man. I'm not sure what's going on behind there, but these guys... Oh, look, it's a good thing about a very flowy track here. These guys have given each other like a fair bit of space and they can just circulate. And, you know, they're not worried about the guys from behind or, you know, ranging up on guys in front. So, good flowy track. Not too many cars out on track there. Here we go.
He's with the 27.5. Maverick with the 27.7. Well, that relegates Kim already down to third. Hendo in their P7.
So, Rowe 13th, Crossland 12th, Fotterday in 9th. Who else didn't make the cut there? Was that
Maddie?
It's Webley. Webley
must have got a track
must
cut.
Have got a track cut on that. We would expect to see Maddie T. She was quick last week as well. Back on the pay.
Mav has pressed on for the second lap. I think he needed that first one to get those tyres in the phase correctly, and now he is a good 4.5 tenths up. Lucas Keys kind of looking like he's going to mirror that 27.5 again, but Mav looking for a very low 27, maybe 27.2 here, 27.3. If he can press on, he's heading towards a half a second now.
Yeah, and just you watch these guys trade times here, J-Man. They will be all over this. We saw it in practice.
Light improvement there, was it, for Keys? No. Definite improvement for Mav, 27.2. Webley now banks one, 27.830.
Okay, he needed that. So, yeah, unclassified lap. The first lap round makes it happen that time. Danny Kim still holding out fourth provisionally. Fotterday in fifth and across the line for his second lap.
Also, Firthy on a lap here.
Matty T already through.
Firthy up to ninth. starting to really get those tyre pressures up and get the rhythm going. As you mentioned, Dave, the drivers are giving themselves a reasonable amount of space here so they can get down to the business. Now, Lucas Keys is responding to the 27.2. He is in there on a 27.5, and he's got 3.5 tenths up his sleeve. So,
and he's got the skill to actually respond to it, hasn't he, J-Man? And we got this car on camera at the moment, and the pinpoint accuracy of Lucas here, unbelievable. Gets the car on point. You can see how much wheel work's going in. Very busy at the wheel.
good
Makes
to see
it happen.
the BOP play this Nissan back into this game, because it is a fantastic car, and we see it there with the
There it is.
27.1.
Webley's coming, J-Man. It's not enough, but still gains. We've got Shane Frontado coming across the line a little bit up on his Delta, which might sneak him, which will put him in the second row there. He'll be happy with.
Matty Clark coming on a lap too, mate. He hasn't banked one yet, but he has got this number 2 BMW Technicolor car is about to come through. Bank something.
Yeah. Slides into that final corner there.
Comes into P12 on a 28.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Now Frontado is up there now into P3. So here's not Webley down a spot. So Danny Kim's still hanging in there, P5, and also Goddard as well.
Yeah, so
P7.
Frontado did well actually. He pipped Webley and Kim, pushed Kim down. Just that one more spot, but just remembering Kim, one of the Pro-Am drivers. So
yeah,
awesome
Kim,
stuff.
Goddard, and Marnie.
And Marnie, they're all still inside the 10-2-2. 7.5 odd, a little over 7.5 minutes to go, actually, ladies and gentlemen, as we just got eyes on. I think that is the MATCHFIT Entertainment Bentley, piloted by, I think that is the one and only Nathan Henderson.
Nathan Hendo, yep. Oh, and he just pops it up into P6. Got a little bit of air time and performs.
Nice. Knew the cameras on. And gets it done. He'll be happy with that. Bentley, probably a bit of a lump to drag around the old Redbull ring, as we just see Clark again. Camera's just picking up on Clark, rounding out that final corner again. Pips Macrolos, I think, just there.
Yeah, P12.
Too, so.
Look at the margins. 28.312 plays a 28.315, so absolutely nothing in that. And somebody else just moved just very, very slightly. Then I'm not sure who that was.
I think it was Dawson.
It was into the 10.
Yep.
So that between Dawson and Firth, they just knocked Marnie out of the 10. However, Goddard and Kim still in there. So a couple of Pro-Am drivers still inside the 10. Such a good showing from those guys. Not a lot of green on the Deltas now with 6.25 minutes to go. Again, get to this phase of the qualifying session, and a lot of these drivers have really peaked. They've obviously had the practice during the week, emptied the fuel out of these cars, and this is it. These are the top times. And I mean, look at that, 27.1, 27.2. Then we drop into this next bracket, Shane Frontado, 27.7, and then a plethora of times just so close. You know, you got to go out to P7 to drop into the 28.0 bracket, and there's 4 of those guys respectfully in a row. Matty, Goddard, Spence, Dawson, and Firthy very close on a 28.1. But how's that? How close are the margins here at Rebel Ring at Rainlight Racing on a Monday night? It's got to be pinpoint accurate.
Don't you what? And I don't know whether it's just a Red Bull thing, but we saw it with the in the early phase of qualifying there with the AM and the Pro-Am boys. These guys just sort of get to this limit. You know, they're stretched, the cars are stretched, tyres, that's it. You know, and then the deltas just go flat. We just see these little tiny glimmers, don't we, J-Man? And very little in it. Yet the racing this is what makes good racing. These guys are so close, and that's what it's all about. As we just pick up on Makalos, who is actually delivering a pretty healthy delta there, J-Man.
Yes, yep.
Well, about 3.5 tenths up, or just wavering there.
Well, that's going to put him into that bracket with Goddard, Spence, Dawson, and co. that are all sitting in there, and Matty T on the zeros, on the 28 zeros, and there's just a heap of them there. So,
and he needs to be there, J-Man. He's definitely worthy of it. We know he's quick in the outie. It's tried to kill him the whole season already.
Okay,
and
so
here we go.
30 in the 28-1 bracket, so not quite the zero. So P11.
Splits Dawson and Firth there. So nice work. Matty T, actually, J-Man, is that her showing on the deltas there? Actually pretty healthy, which would give her an advantage maybe around the Webley territory. Oh, Webley's just pipped Bonato, has he?
He has.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Yes. Also, Gunther Rowe making some improvements. The previous lap around 2 to go in there on a 28.3. He was, prior to that, somewhere down around that 20th, 21st position. So he's improved massively. Well, I just seen another shift there.
So Matty T over Hendo and Danny Kim as well. We thought she would sneak up there a couple of positions. So nice work to Matty. Here's us talking about how the deltas are flattened out a little bit, J-Man.
And then all of a sudden...
and then next minute, it's just going off. And we're seeing some gains. It's definitely a lot of movement. Here from, what, about 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Just around that mid-top pack there. So, plenty going on.
Here comes Mav. Oh, he's looking good. Can he string this together? It's going to be close. It's going to be super, super tight. How close? Not close enough.
This will be very close.
27.117 plays a 27.177.
Oh.
Still got 2.5 minutes left, and Lucas Keys is responding. He knows he's got to keep out there, keep cycling these laps. However, Brandon Webley, he just improves the mark from a 27.6 to a 27.5.
Mate, these guys have got another couple of laps in this if the rubber's capable of it. Matty T coming in.
This could be a cut lap.
Oh, it is a cut lap. Sorry, J-Man, you're correct.
So she will get another one in the bank. She'll actually get another 2 laps in. There'll be 2 more that she'll actually make based on her track position. But look at this, Lucas Keys and Maverick trading some green deltas at the moment. There's a bit of distance between them on track. Got Lucas Keys about to come through the final 2 corners, and he's got a 1/2 tenth, 3/4 of a tenth up his sleeve. Might go towards something like a 27.0. As he comes across the line, he will go into the zeros. 27.0.22. So Maverick just needs that little bit much more again. And he's coming through. He's got 1/4 tenth. Dropping away. Can he get it back? No, falls away ever so slightly at the back end of the lap. He's not going to improve either. He will get one more run at it. Crosses the line with about 1:10, 1:11 to go. So this will be his final chance.
Yeah, and Keys puts it away in the garage. Leaves Mav to it. Matty T still out on track. Actually, Mav, Webley, Fondo, Matty, Hendo, Spence, Dawson, Makalos.
Matty looking for improvement here, mate. This could see Matty get close to Fondo here.
Gunther Rowe and Steve Crossland out on track still. Matty T across the line.
Doesn't improve. Improves the time. Not on the track.
Not on the position though.
Mav with a strong final lap.
Crossland with a good gain. I think he just went from like 18th to 13th there, Jamie. Nice work.
He was there or thereabouts a lap ago. I did see him because him and I think it was Gunther Rowe were trading. So, you're right. He did improve about 3 positions just then. Nick Firth coming around to look for improvement as well. This could be substantial. Oh, not quite. Don't think it was classified. What do we got top end of town?
Webley was looking strong, J-Man. Bled off a little bit of speed. He's got the right look, though. Can he make anything in this final corner? And he does.
Yeah, won't be
It's
enough.
not enough, though. Just enough to keep bloody Shane Frodo at bay. Because he's coming in hot as well. So that'll be a wrap for Brandon Webley there in qualifying here. Round 7, Redbull Ring. Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 7. Getting down to the pointy end of the year, or the year and this season 7, J-Man. So things will wrap up soon. A little bit for Chrissy. Some fun stuff going on here at Rainlight and around the communities.
So Shane finishes on a high. Just go for a bit of improvement around 9.
Just a smidge. Oh God, it's nearly 1,000th. But gets it done.
So very, very impressive qualifying once again. So you've got to go all the way up to P8 to drop out of the 27 bracket. So that's awesome stuff. Lucas Keys also closely nearly got into the 26s. In there on a 27-0 to take pole. And then, as I mentioned, you've got to go out to Goddard on a 28-0 and P8 before you break that next second bracket. So very, very impressive stuff. And the reign of 28s takes you all the way out to P22 with Werner, sorry. So good stuff there. And then the other times after that, 29s and then a 30.1 from Ken Worcester is just super, super impressive stuff from this field. So 25 in the field, about to get into it.
Yes, we are about to go live, and hang on, we got bikes. We good? We good? Yes, we are. So, so I have a couple of techie issues here. We are about to go live here. Race 7, should I say, 90-minute race. Compulsory pit stops for fuel and tyres here tonight.
What will turn 1 bring us tonight, Davo? It's a very inviting piece of racetrack when you've got 25 cars all heading down there thinking the same thing.
It's a crazy place. It is definitely a crazy place. The corner is nothing like a Monza T1, but it tends to deliver very similar situations, doesn't it, J-Man?
Absolutely.
For whatever reason, it just does. So,
good weather conditions out there, Davo. Optimum there, 19 ambient, 25
beautiful
track. Tyres will be at a premium here, I think, for the start of this one. Obviously starting this race at 3 p.m.
The boys will be happy with that, J-Man. That's for sure.
90-minute. Be some different strategies going on here. You're going to clearly see, I think a mid-phase strategy and then potentially a slightly longer run. I don't know, barring some early drama, that we'll see too much early
stuff. Yep. And you don't even think with a little bit of traffic, some of these quicker guys might come in and just to get out of that traffic. You'd never know, J-Man. It is a gamble. Like we've already mentioned, round 7 here in Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 7 Redbull Ring. Next week, we've got Zandvoort. The week after, Laguna Seca and Watkins Glen for a 120-minute race to round off the season and 2024. So stay tuned, everyone. But here, Redbull Ring. Awesome. What are these guys doing? J-Man, you did mention it before. We were just calling I think it might have been even a Porsche Cup race here. a few nights ago. Porsche's not too far off the pace, but yeah, these guys going super quick in pre-race practice and qualifying here tonight.
Yeah, I think race trim. I think we saw a Cup car go as good as a 29. 975, I think, the other night. So yeah, there's a bit of difference between them. However, I think a lot of it will come down to that the traction control, or the lack of in the Cup car. But
Good point. Good point.
no such issue for there. But one of the things that we did see to come out of that racing, and we haven't really touched on it tonight, will be the option around track cuts.
Ooh,
Heard from the drivers
yes.
pre-race and post-race about the I guess the nature of the racetrack and the drivers, out of turn one and certainly those final two corners, overstepping the mark. Did hear some drivers say that they were quite surprised at what the game was willing to allow as far as runoff, but then, there is that fine line that if you take that step too far, that it will be a run down through, and I think a run down through the lane was certainly worth a fair bit. It's not the longest pit lane that we'll see on the calendar, but I think it was still certainly worth 30 odd seconds, I think, or something nearby. So
yeah, it's got a little bit of an awkward entry and exit though too, hasn't it? You can't sort of just fly on into it. You've got to really navigate both of them.
yeah, you certainly probably want to be on the comms if it was unexpected. You're in the heat of a battle. You might want to maybe just quickly mention to the guys or girls around you that hey, look, you're gonna drink right,
and slow somewhat, because that's the problem. To jink that right, you do have to slow before said jinking, and yeah, the boys and girls need to be in communique as usual here. These guys all linked up on Discord comms, as are we here, J-Man at MATCHFIT Entertainment. Hence we can drag these guys down and interrupt them during the race and or after for some post-race interviews. Only a few more seconds to go here. We will thank once again SIMBLACKS for coming on board with the Rain Light Racing community here. Also, CROSSCUT, Woodworks, Carpentry and Joinery, True to Life Racing Designs, HENDO and Crossy 43. Sorry guys, I'm just watching this count down here. The guys all set on grid now. 90 minutes of racing, compulsory pit stop for tyres and fuel. There could be a little bit of strategy, maybe not. Like J-Man said, wouldn't expect to see any early stuff unless we see dramas. I think we'll see mid-race pit stops as the boys and girls start to roll away from the grid. Cameras on. Pete Dawson at the moment in the big white whale. That is the number 54 Bentley. He'll love me saying that.
Yeah, so another thing just to mention too, obviously second hit out by my recollection anyway since I've been back, Davo, that Matty T, obviously
yes.
P5 qualifying, but second time that I've seen Matty out this series in a Mustang.
Yes.
Very successful Mustang last week. So
yes,
it'd be interesting to see how Matty progresses.
And one thing we did mention, didn't mention, was that it was the elephant in the room that Mav was running around in a friggin' Datsun. Really, we didn't sort of touch on that earlier in the stream, but
and it's certainly no Honda.
Well, and if you hadn't already noticed, he's bloody quick in it. So he's taking it to Lucas, and these guys are going to go at it tonight, no doubt, in a couple of dados, and that's going to be awesome to see. Lucas Keys and Mav first and second.
And I think track position off the start procedure here will be absolute key for those two Nissans. because I don't think there's anything between the raw pace of those two cars. As we just saw, you know, the smallest of margins in qualifying. We saw, I think Maverick had the slight upper hand in official practice. Lucas Keys obviously got the pole position for the race. But we're talking about the smallest of margins, so I think track position will be absolute key for those two drivers tonight. And they'll both know it heading into this one.
Look.
Oh, Davo, can you flick us over to a picture for the viewers? They want to see what we're seeing, mate.
Oh, definitely.
Thanks, Warren. Yeah, my mate was just pretty excited about everything happening, and just flick that camera guy around the ears, Davo. Just sort him out.
Yeah. I'll just give myself an uppercut. That's okay. Yeah. We got this.
You're coming at the optimum time, mate. Dual file heading down into this into this final corner.
Yes, into the final complex of corners, and this is one place these guys could get upset with a little bit of a track infringement, of course. We do have Lucas Keys and Mav on the front row, Webley and Frodo on the second, Matty T and Danny Kim, Nathan Henderson and Goddard, Tony Spence and
Dawson making out the 10.
Dawson making out the 10. We are about to go green here. Round 7.
Green light, go.
Oh, Dawson with a drive-through. He was probably slightly out of position there. And look at that. Lucas Keys defending straight away to turn 1. Goes the defensive. Mav's going to tuck right up on behind. Relatively clean start. Can't see really too much going on down the back, maybe other than Dawson going backwards. Probably just trying to grasp what happened off the start. Danny Kim just going back a spot as well. But status quo up the top. Maverick challenging Keys around the outside. We talked about the outside of turn 2. Can he live out there? Won't get the run this time around. Good drive sitting underneath the wing of Lucas Keys now. Webley. And then, I don't know, Matty T very, very close as well. Matty T with a run. Looks for the outside line on Shane Fodderdo. And sweeps right around the outside. Shane's still back up the inside. Diminishing returns to that one. But it looked good when it happened.
Oh, and still at it, J-Man.
Still side by side. Oh, a little bit of contact. Shane gets a little bit loose there, and that will be
just enough to give. Look, and there's that Hendo just actually
tucked in there. A little bit of promotional material for us in there, buddy. So Matty makes one spot on the opening lap, and now Webley's starting to attack Maverick. He won't want that. He would have wanted to go with Lucas Keys. Lucas Keys already got around about 3/4 of a second in this opening lap.
As the boys and girls roll across for the first lap, Keys, Mav, Webley, Matty T, Frodo, Henderson, Kim, Spence, Macalos and Goddard.
Dawson with the drive-through, getting that done.
Oh, that's painful.
Okay, what else have we got going on? We've got a bit of action going on here.
Who's that? I think that might be Warren just regathering.
Yeah.
A bit of a slip up out of one. Or actually, there's a little bit of a contact with one of the Chris McConnell car. Turning that car.
Macrolos
and
looking
just
for a move on Spence as well too, Davo.
Trying to readdress that situation. Macrolos on Spence.
Okay, so it's sort of settled down a little bit at the front. Maverick looking to shake off the attack from Webley and go back after Lucas Keys. And he's definitely doing it. Still got that sort of 0.6 of a second that he's going to have to work on. And these guys will just settle us down now, find their pace, find their rhythm. And we'll find out within, I think, the next 2 laps as to whether or not Mav's going to be able to mount an attack on this Lucas Keys. Listen, a car that Lucas is certainly well accustomed to. So great to see Mav have a crack out there in the same equipment. But great start to this race also from Nathan Henderson. Dave, right?
Oh, definitely. Very tidy start again. We've seen a couple of pretty tidy starts. A little bit of different bars. The elbows were out, J-Man, as we would expect. Getting towards the pointy end of the championship. But, yeah, these guys, good tidy stuff.
Henley up a good 6 positions too, already since the start of this race. He's just coming under attack from Lee Perkins, so we'll see this all night long, where these cars all filter down into turn 2, and they'll go side by side, one opting for a high line, one opting for a shallow, and then they sort it out on the run down to turn 3. Pretty exciting stuff here at Red Bull Ring. Maddie as well, Dave. Just picking up on Maddie. So 27.9 for Lucas Keys. Last lap round, 27.9 for Mav. Track cut that one as well, I might add. Webley with a 28.2. Maddie 28.4. Fodolo 29.1. And then back to Hendo with a 28.9. So Hendo certainly deserves to be there, I think, at the moment. He has got Danny Kim, who has had a great start to this race. He's P7. Okay, so he did lose one spot. He's down one. Still, nonetheless, he's playing in there with the big leagues. Also, Gunther Rowe with a great start to the race. I think qualified somewhere around, I think it was P14, up to P12 already. Probably got a bit of heat coming as well from Nick Firth, so got to spoke too soon there.
Yeah, Firthy out of T1 there pretty quickly there. J-Man running up to 2. Oh, it's actually down to 3, should I say.
In the background as well, Werner Golombik trying to mount an attack on that Mustang of Ken Worcester, but the Worcester Mustang's so good off the first phase of the corner. Drives away a little bit, however they are still side by side.
Yeah, the BMW going for the outside, J-Man. Worcester just go.
It's going to make it live all the way around there.
It's going to make that work. That's actually the recovering Chris McConnell car as well. The
busy
Ferrari.
Little battle there with Warren Crossland in there as well.
And Crossland just tucked in behind that.
So
Not sure why
something's happened
so
to
back
Steve.
there.
Yep.
But look at that group of cars there. You can see it from the helicam. That is one hectic group of cars there. Oh, a little bit of a slip from McConnell there. It's made him vulnerable to Warren. Crossland's coming with.
Yeah, they're going to go 3 wide down to 1 here. That won't work. Crossland thinks better of it. He's obviously been in the mischief already and doesn't want to go there again.
Crossland with a lot of experience, J-Man's just probably sizing that up, just going, yeah, no, I don't want to be amongst that. But look at him here. Yeah. He's quite happy to run that outside. And we talked about the outside into 2 here, or out of 2, should I say. There you go. There you go.
Replay as well, if you can, on the Danny Kim. Tony Spence move just down into turn 3 that just happened with Macrolos and lying in wait as well. That was a beautiful piece of driving. Danny Kim held his nerve and just held the line, braked on deep on the outside to 3 and just swept across the nose.
Nice work.
Nice bit of driving.
So plenty to watch here. Crossland on Chris McConnell, J-Man still, and we've got Collins and Goddard.
Yeah, it's a good
ahead. Battle. Who's that going backwards there? Is that Barney? No, I'm not sure who that is. Thackeray.
I'm not sure who that was.
No, it might have been. That might have been my data there, just going a little bit nuts. Hendo on Fodado. Oh, very late move on the outside there. Just picked up on that.
Yeah, that's shaping up to be a good battle.
That is a sneaky little thing just there going, oh, I might go out here. Oh, I might not. Oh, hang on. Here I am. Here we go. Look at this.
Yeah.
Fodado making that Mustang wider than the Bentley, clearly. Yeah. So
Danny Kim and Tony Spence, this is such a good battle. And across the
swapping positions.
Just waiting for something to happen just up in front because it'll be worth 2, I'm sure. Well, he gets a big wiggle coming out of.
Oh yeah, big wriggle there.
Out of 4. Who's that tucked in behind? So that, look at that, is an absolute freight train. Goes all the way back to Nick Firth. Gunther Rowe in there as well. Also Ben Collins.
Yeah, so that's what, 7th to, what are we looking at, 13th?
Yep.
It's a good chunk of cars there. As up the pointy end there. Who's that? That is Spence. Just showing the nose. Look at the car. Look at him fan out in the background there, though. Goddard Collins.
Look at Rowe. Going to have a crack. Gunther Rowe dives for the inside.
Big move.
Oh,
is the inside quick? Watch Firth here.
Yeah, I think he's going to grab Rowe here. He's got the momentum. The Mustang will just pick up its speed there. That exit phase of the corner. The Mustang's so good off the corner.
Oh, Firth out on the ripple strip. No more road left.
Oh.
Gets a bit of a nick from Rowe on the way past. I think that might be Clark actually just sneak past as well. So
this is definitely the battle pack here, right here. This is the one. Look at this. Tony Spence all the way down to Nick Firth. And I'll tell you what, Marnie isn't that far off the back of this as well. These guys keep that up. It'll be an 8-way battle, I think, somewhere down there.
Who's that coming in there? Somebody got out. That is Nick Firth.
Yep. So this will be a scheduled stop.
That's that early stop that we didn't think we were going to see, J-Man.
And he's speed.
He's like well in amongst that group there. Makalos and Kim again. Look at it. As these guys fan out, that is Gunther Rowe in the background as well.
It's got trouble written on it. Who's that? Is that? That's Matty Clark in there as well, mate.
Yeah. Yep, in behind the Aston in the BMW. He goes down the inside of both of them. Looks, gets a tag on Gunther.
Yeah, Danny Kim gets rotated in that. Stewards will be busy, I'm sure, for that one. Meanwhile, up the front, the question has been answered for the now. Lucas Keys, 1.8 seconds over Maverick. So he's got the measure at the moment. Webley another 1.8 seconds off the back there. Maddie equal distance as well, around about that 1.8 seconds. So that is the spread of the field, and then about 2.5 seconds back to Fodado. So that is the spread of the field at the moment for the top 4, 5, and then Hendo just fallen away as well a little bit from Fodado. He's pressured him pretty hard for the opening phase, but just fallen off, and then we get back to this battle. That was super close prior to that contact down at turn 2, which was, I think, Spence, Macrolos, Goddard, Rowe, Collins, Kim, and now Marnie ever so close to the back of Kim now, and we've just lost Matty Clark off the back of that. He kind of got a little bit hung up on what was turn 2 at the back end of that, so look to just try and settle it down. Still plenty of time to go, still a bit over an hour and a quarter left in this one, Davo. Marnie with a move on Danny Kim as we speak. Looks for the outside line. We've seen this high line at turn 2 being run plenty of times. It will work. Opts for the deeper break though. Sorry, the earlier break. Couldn't make that Porsche live on the outside. So Kim holds that spot. Wonder if there's any residual damage from that little spin down at turn 2. It didn't look too hard. Was in the right quarter of that Ferrari, so hopefully nothing too bad going on there. Field settled down a little bit, probably looking back towards the battle, which is Steve Cross and Chris McConnell, Adrian Kramer. Davo, there's a little bit going on down there.
Yeah, McConnell just hanging with Cross on there. after a little exchange over the last few laps. Just holding position there. Like we mentioned, we saw Crossland come up on the back of the Ferrari. I think it was, who was it actually? I think it might have been Golombek and McConnell there. He just got out of that go for a little while. He snuck past though on Chris McConnell, and yeah, just
look, it's all a little bit settled out there at the moment, and look, I'm gonna hopefully not upset this guy too much. He is a good friend of ours, and I'm sure at some point he will maybe curse me or the other. I'm not sure, but I'll just let this guy come down onto the front straight and then have a quick word, because he's the first guy in the field to actually taken what deems to be his actual official pit stop. Nick Firth, I don't want to upset your rhythm too much, mate, but we saw yourself pull yourself out of that battle pack. Obviously a planned strategy here. If you've got comms on us and you can find the breath to talk.
1 sec, sorry boys. Yeah, there's a massive group there, huge battle. Gunther is generally a very aggressive defender, so I made the decision to pit early.
Yeah, look, it got pretty busy not long after that, mate. There was a bit of contact there. I think you'd already gone off there. Looked like, sorry, I don't want to upset your rhythm, mate, there. Looked like a little bit of a misbreak mark there, so I won't hold you for too long. But looking for that early strat there, Firthy, looking good.
Yeah, just got to stay out of trouble, so I wanted to get out of it as soon as possible.
And importantly, mate, obviously a fuel and a tyre strategy is part of the CPS tonight, and 32-second stationary. It looks like you got it bang on the button there, mate, so well done.
Thanks, lads.
Go well, Firthy. Talk to you a little bit later on.
Cheers.
So there you go, opted for that. And was that correct in saying that, Davo, that he actually did peel off a half a lap before those guys actually got engaged in contact down to turn 2 in front of him?
Definitely, yeah, got it. Well, first one in actually for a pit stop in the race here tonight. So yeah, look, that was a freight train, and it actually got, like you just mentioned, got even crazier a little bit further down the road. So yeah, good work from Nick to get himself, and they're in some serious clean air there, J-Man, just cruising.
Yes, I'll try and get a read on his pace. So that lap round was a 29.8. Was looked to be a track cut in there, possibly. That might have been just that little bit of run wide down at turn 2 there. So well, that's why I didn't want to hold him too long, just let him get back into his rhythm. The Delta's looking good this lap. And once again, we're not talking to him this lap, so I just watched him go through turn 2 and he made the apex beautifully. So such as the commentator's curse when we're talking to these guys sometimes. However, we just, I guess we've got the privilege. Anywho, Matty Clark is chasing down Joseph Marnie at the moment, and he's looking to recover from what was a pretty horrible turn 2 not that many laps ago. So looking for a bit of recovery is Matty
Clark. Just picking up a replay of Crossy chasing down Golombek. I think it is into one here. Big slide. Golombek goes deep and Crossy goes early. Gets a little crazy and gathers it up nicely. Business as usual. They carry on.
Yeah. Plenty of counter steering going on there. The rear just disconnected the mid phase of that corner for that Honda. Nothing uncommon that we've seen out of that Honda over the past seasons.
It looked like the BMW in front of Crossland did exactly the opposite thing and did it in the front of the car. And Crossy's number 43, SIMBLACKS McLaren, did exactly the opposite. And yeah, look, the skill of Crossy just to sort of gather that up actually. You know how easily getting out of one there, if you're not sort of all checked up, you can get into either of those walls on the way out. So yeah.
Very quickly, so he's put the pressure back on him again. Same place, and McConnell, Chris it is. And behind as well, he's watching brief as well. So not a lot of margin between those three drivers for 18th, 19th, 20th.
Collins starting to put pressure on Rowe.
Just
Clark
trying to
and
get a
Marnie.
read. Looks like we've got... Okay, we've had Dawson do a drive-through, so that took 26 seconds, so he's the only other car. So still the only official stopper is Nick Firth running around there in P25 right now. So be interesting to see what that does, where that settles him down. He was in the battle, like he mentioned, with what was at the time Spence, Macrolos, Goddard, Rowe, and Danny Kim. It was at the time Matty Clark. Obviously, Ben Collins was the benefactor of that little incident there. He came through nice and clean for P11. So expect, I think, Firthy on predicted form to shake out somewhere between 8th and 10th, somewhere around there, based on current lap times. So last lap round, once again, 29.0. The guys he's racing with, to give you an idea, you've got Macrolos on the same pace, Gunther 29.4, 29.5 for Collins, 30.5 for Kim, and a 29.7 for Matty Clark. So I think at this stage of the race, I think Firthy's doing what he needs to do to get back in touch and maybe look for the undercut and grab that track position a little bit later on. And we'll get a read on that, I'm pretty sure, inside the next 20 minutes as to when those guys start peeling off. If they're going to split it in half, we'd look for somewhere around there. Matty T, she's just doing the business there. P4 got Webley in the sights and the crosshairs, still at 1 to 1.3 seconds up the road is Webley. Pace is very, very similar, both lapping in the mid 28s at the moment, so a little bit of an arm wrestle going on there. However, it's still, I think, at the moment about this Danny Kim, Matty Clark, and Joseph Marnie. It's a pretty tight battle there, that 12th, 13th, 14th.
Oh, we're looking out of the back of Golombek's car, actually.
I was going to say, yeah, Golombek, McConnell, Crossland.
Yeah, 18th, 19th, 20th, I think it is. And I think that's actually Pete Dawson in 21st. I could see
after the drive-through.
Yeah, the big block of flats in the background there.
And this car was a legit top 10 car, this Bentley in the background. So
yeah,
got a ton of pace on it. 29.6 that lap through for Pete. So substantially quicker than all the cars in front of him right now. So expect him to look to start making moves on those front three. As we do see McConnell trying to line up a move on Golombek. Down a 2. You just get the, as he just tucks it down to the apex beautifully. I don't know if there was any contact in there, but it was a beautiful turn down on the apex.
I don't think there was. It looked like he just...
It's not over.
I think he just noticed that the beamer went wide, and he just got out of the brakes and
It's
just
a beautiful pass.
Yeah, dropped it in there. Very nice stuff, very tidy, and good work from all the boys involved there. Good spatial awareness from these guys, but Crossland literally was in front of both of these guys there, I think 2 laps ago, maybe 1 lap ago. And they've both snuck past him, and now he has Dawson to deal with, J-Man. But yeah, just very tricky stuff, these guys. What are we? We're not even half race yet. We're down a little over quarter race.
Oh,
and Crossland
Matty
again.
Clark.
Oh, he tags.
Oh.
The back of Kim.
They've been there before. They've all been there before already. Maddie's starting to mount a bit of pressure too on Webley too as well. I saw that gap come down to about 7/10. So she's starting to mount an attack. See that replay with Danny Kim, Maddie Clark, and then I thought actually Marnie did a good job just to pick up the brake pedal there and just not escalate the situation. Dawson now shoots for the inside on Golombek, gets it done. Golombek read it, didn't want to know about it.
Yeah, we just actually picking up on the replay of Crossland going through on Golombek actually in 2, J-Man,
Yep.
and they're heading down to 3. So you're probably watching it live there right now as Dawson gets that done as well. So Golombek going backwards there.
I think that was the catalyst for the move, was just that he held him high and dry, and it gave the run to Dawson there, didn't it?
Yeah.
So the lead out the front now, viewers, for those of you interested in what's happening up there, Lucas Keys, 4.8 to 5 seconds over Maverick. So a couple of Datsuns out the front. And then we've got a trio of Mustangs, Webley, Matty T, Shane Fodderdo, 3rd, 4th and 5th. All separated by between 2 and 4.5 seconds apiece for those guys, and then back down to Hendo, Spence, Macrolos, Goddard, and Rowe rounding up the 10. So pretty good showing there as we just see who was that? That's Marnie putting a move on Maddie Clark. Just saw the tower light up. It's a fair bit of trading. I think Maddie Clark's going to win that battle for now. Not sure who's going to win the war, though. Maybe Marnie, by the look of that.
He's had a big wriggle. At the bottom of the hill there, the second of the lefts.
Still no one else ventured through the pit lane for an official stop other than Nick Firth.
No.
Try and touch base again and see where Firth is with that round once again. Still lapping in the low 29s. So still keeping in touch well and truly on the times with the likes of Gunther Rowe, Collins, Kim, Marnie, Clark, and even Goddard for that matter. I think Macrolos just last lap round 29.0. He's doing enough to probably stay ahead at the moment of what will be an early strategy Nick Firth. So maybe if all goes well, Firthy could be looking at somewhere around that just behind Macrolos once this all shakes out for P9. Just over an hour left to go, Davo. Feel like we might see another string of pit stops shortly.
I would expect so. Is that good? Oh, I don't know. I suppose it's about 20 minutes either side. You know, so it's like 10 minutes either side of halfway, isn't it? So it's about a 20-minute, you know, area that we usually see these guys come in. But obviously, they come in groups, don't they? You know, they're in the battles. They want to cover off each other's pit stops. So, you know, quite often we'll see them come in groups. As we just pick up on Lee.
Yeah, Bentley and Eddie Thackeray have been going at it for the better part of this race, mate. I've flipped back to them, and there's certainly a couple of blokes out there enjoying themselves, just trying to stay on the same pace. And I think the McLaren sort of just has the better of that mid phase of the corner, but the BMW does look punchy down the chute. A couple of times I've seen them range right up before the brake zone. Outside of that, I think it would go back to the Matty Clark, Joseph Marnie battle still heated up. So I think those are the two closest battles we've got out at the moment. Otherwise, potentially Crossland, McConnell still going on.
Yeah, Steve Crossland in the SIMBLACKS. McLaren there, J-Man still going at it with Chris McConnell, ladies and gentlemen. Newcomer to Rainlight Racing. Same initial as somebody that's been here for ages. We need to keep eyes on all of these newcomers, as we do Matty Clark, who has only been in a series for, I think, I think maybe 3 rounds or 4 so far this series. So nice work for Matt Clark. Lay and Thackeray, J-Man exchanging.
Yep.
Exchanging positions through one of all places. Very difficult. Clark on Marnie as well, still continuing on. And the outside line, has Marnie taken the outside line theory too far? Well out wide.
Yeah, good call, Warren. I do think we will probably start to see some guys either back it down in certain places because track cuts at this time probably getting thin. Be interesting to know. So that's a good trade there. What was Marnie and Clark? That's been going on for a fair while. As is Cross and McConnell. That's a good battle.
Yeah. They sort of go through these phases where there's sort of these long distance battles. There's just like a few car lengths between them, but these guys are still pushing so hard. Just looking for that mistake. They're heading towards the end of their stints. Looking to start to focus on getting a pit stop in. The minds do wander. But
yeah, look, everyone's leaving at a fair while, Dave.
We're getting down. We're not halfway yet. But we would see a few, wouldn't we, already? Especially over the last 5 minutes or so. So we got McConnell, Crossland, Dawson, I think, and Golomic still just tagged on the back of the act as well. So that's still going on. Clark and Kim at it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's Clark driving away from Marnie now and really starting the heat on Kim.
So coming on strong again. I'm sure Clark did this last week. Just really at the back end of his stints. Really good on the tyre in the BMW.
Sliding it too,
work. Though. Yeah, pushing hard. Get out of the in car here, Matty Clark. Wide from Kim.
Super close there.
Oh, Kim was so wide, J-Man, to the first of the right-handers. Look how close they are here.
Yeah, he's going to have a look to turn 1 here, I think. Certainly put the pressure on him. Leave you a little bit shallow. Kim breaks early. Look for cutting underneath and does.
We've seen it time and time again. These guys trying to change up.
Marnie back into the battle here.
And Marnie well worthy of that overlap and through easily.
Yep.
Oh. But we see it down here at 2 here as well, J-Man. These guys get the over-under.
Yep.
And the difference in the closing speed is
Cross and McConnell in the background as well. Still side by side.
Same
McConnell
corner.
For the high line.
Here we go. It's a drag race.
And we've seen this corner here. The outside line down here, down at 3, always a good option too. If you can let the car float out on the outside, you'll have the rights to the next left-hander. Crossy tucks in behind there. And these guys are actually catching Ben Lay. And then he was engaged in that battle with Eddie Thackeray earlier. Now that's going to be a 5-way very, very shortly, I think. I'm going to read 6 seconds, the gap between first and second. Firth, he's just staying in his zone here. He's been rounded up by the top 4 cars now. Yep. It was Matty T going through, so he's just got to stay focused on the job he's got to do. He's not technically racing them. He will be looking towards Macrolos Goddard Row, I believe. That those couple of maybe blue flags really upset him though. 31-2 won't do his progress any favours. Just like that, Danny Kim gets relegated back a bit. Oh, Marnie looks good here. Marnie looks good down into turn 3. Very, very close on the back. Matty Clark at the moment.
Yeah, definitely working Clark. These guys, I don't think we'll see these guys separated much between now and the end of the race. I wouldn't suspect so anyway. Very, very similar pace. Crossland and Lee just trading there as well. So what's happened there? Lee has put himself in between Dawson and Crossland.
Yeah.
Is that Dawson coming in now? Oh no.
Right. Also, Jonathan Warren now putting a bit of pressure on Werner Golombek as well. So that's heating up for 21st and 22nd. So fastest lap of the race, viewers, does belong to Lucas Keys. It was a 1:27.8, so that's incredible race pace. 27.9 for Maverick, so not too far off of it. I think third place, Brandon Webley, his quickest lap, 28.2. Matty, 28.2. Very quick. The top 4 for sure.
Yeah, and like you mentioned there, J-Man, Keys, Mav, Webley and Matty all passed. I think it was
Firthy.
Firthy, yeah, first of the pit stoppers. We haven't actually seen a pit stop yet. What's going on?
Well, other than Firthy, no, we haven't.
No, so still 10 minutes to halfway, so, you know, still some time. But normally we would have seen them, you know, like, yeah, nobody's given an inch. Clearly the tyres and cars are in a good stead, so these guys aren't mucking around. They're just going to keep pressing on. Crossland back on McConnell
with
now.
McConnell, yeah, good battle. Welcome to Rainlight Racing, Chris McConnell.
Yeah, and welcome to Steve Crossland, hounding the back of McConnell's Ferrari, so nice work.
Yeah, he's right there, and he's just trying to work out where to get it done. He's been side by side. Here we go. It's leaving itself out mid-straight. Already seen the 49 car look for the outside line here and sweep across, but is Crossy up far enough? He is. Blocks the move. A little bit of a wiggle, though, from Steve Crosston. Does get the pass done, but he was pretty hard on the gas, and car gets a little bit excited just off the exit.
It did get a little excited, but very, very nice from Crosston there. He knew he had to pick the throttle up early, didn't he, J-Man?
Yep.
The counteract any attack there from McConnell, and it nails it. Very nice work from both.
Yeah, it's still going on. Tell you what, he's not happy about it. He wants it back.
It does. McConnell's 49, number 49 Ferrari, does look a little agitated, doesn't it?
It does.
Dawson, remember, just tucked in behind that as well, just to keep him honest. I'll keep everybody honest, actually. So
was that an extra flick of the lights from McConnell? Did he flip in the bird then? And...
Oh, maybe. Here, have a look at this. McConnell just just poking the big Bentley nose.
Yeah.
Just to
There's
make
Pete
life
Dawson.
difficult. Oh, should I say Dawson on McConnell there?
Oh, Danny Kim off at turn 3.
No.
Not sure what happened there. It almost looked like a hardware failure. He just drove straight on.
Let's get a look at this.
Oh, no, the car's back to pit lane. There's something happened there. Something not good at all. Just didn't look like the car. Oh no, he did make the corner initially.
Yeah, not looking good for Kim, J-Man. Look,
No.
I tend to agree. Did definitely look like as we just get on the back of Crossland here.
Yep.
Did look like a little bit of a hardware failure. Nothing worse. Oh man, that is tight.
Oh, what happened there? Dawson in the lane.
There you go.
Okay, so we're all pretty excited because we've been waiting for this. So we're looking for around about a 32 stationary and a minute overall. So he gets it on the jacks. Looked like it was pretty square. And we'll just watch that timer go down. Fuel land tyres, viewers, as we mentioned at the top end of the broadcast, that is the requirement.
Oh, for Godland Crossland. Change positions again. So come up on the back of Fackery. Crossland just, I don't know, looked like he just lost his mind. No, he didn't. Just didn't have the car in a defensive position, ran wide, and McConnell just says thank you very much, makes it happen. Now Crossland back on the attack.
Maddie T in the lane also, mate, to make her official stop.
So these
you're going to see a fair bit of action, I think, now.
I think so. These guys might be distracted. That is McConnell coming in now, and Crossland staying out. So
Maddie,
nice.
35.
Nice work for McConnell to make a move on Crossy.
Yep.
And then what a flex, bro, to come into the pit.
Straight to the lane.
Straight to the lane. Marnie on Clark. Marnie, just running the Porsche wide a little bit on 2 there. Still
close,
gets the run. Look at this.
Yep, still close.
Clark clearly did a worse job than Marnie, because Marnie still making a good solid gain there.
Okay, so first official scheduled stop for Chris McConnell in his Rainlight Racing venture, just to take place. And he's stationary for 34 seconds, so still the best stop would be Firthy on a 32. Matty T with a 35 stationary.
Interesting.
So Marnie and Clark is a great battle that's been going on. So Marnie has had an absolute fantastic race to this point. He's been watching brief for some pretty exciting stuff. I think Gunther Rowe, Danny Kim and co. Crossed into the lane now also, mate. So, yeah, look, Elvis, my prediction is I think that all going well, Firthy should somewhere be in about 9th or 10th position by my calculation, all going well. I would like to think that's where Nick Firth shakes out, crossing in the lane now.
Yeah, I agree. He might even... I don't think he would sneak up. If he did sneak up a position, it wouldn't be too many anyway, because the guys at the pointy end are running really solid at the moment. So we see, is that Crossland in the pits?
Yeah, it is. Webley in there also. So this will be significant. Matty T, as I mentioned, went for a 35 stationary and a minute 3 outright. So this is significant to see what Webley does. He'd be looking for something there or thereabouts, or slightly better. Big flurry now. Gunther Rowe, Tony Spence in the lane also. So these are the cars that I aforementioned, that this is where Nick Firth is battling certainly with I believe Gunther Rowe.
What have we got?
Webley 36, so he was a second slower than Matty. Where is she? She's coming down the finish line, so still got enough margin. Here's Brandon Webley.
Oh, that's that Spence in the background. It is too. No, it's not.
Yeah, so Spence comfortably out before Firthy. But can Gunther Rowe get it out? Here he comes. Where's Firthy? He's coming across the start-finish line. It's going to be incredibly tight because Firthy will have momentum. Gunther Rowe will be picking up the gas pedal coming out of the lane. Firthy's going to come on strong here. Gunther Rowe has got him covered off.
He
and
has.
who is that behind Firthy? Okay, so that is James
like Firth. It's going to let him through. That's one of the leaders.
Goddard now in the lane. So that'll be a good battle, I feel.
Got to get back to this Dawson, Crossland, McConnell battle. These guys, last time I looked at this, Dawson was at the back of this trio. I can't even remember who was at the beginning. Actually, it might have been McConnell, and it was Crossy usually in the middle. But here we go. Crossy again, and out on the sand there. But at the moment, we've got Dawson in front, McConnell at the rear, and Crossy back in the middle again. And what a cracking race these guys will be having. Just all on their lonesome, J-Man. Just 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, it was a bit of a pickup on the pit lane activity because there was Worcester Kramer, Thackeray Golombek, and also Maverick in there as well, and Nathan Henderson in there as well. It was just an absolute melee of cars down there. And I'm not sure when Mav came in whether he could actually see where he was going. So we get the official word from Craig McConnell. Danny Kim had a hardware failure, accelerator pressing it by itself while braking. Yeah, no, that's never going to be a good.
Not ideal.
No.
No.
Okay, so I think Maverick was relatively clear from Webley and Co and everybody else. So gets out with a 33-second stop. Pretty efficient.
Okay, so now we've got Dawson, Thackeray. Thackeray's come into the fray here, J-Man, Dawson, Thackeray, Crossland, McConnell, all in quick succession here. None of these guys have pitted either, have they? Or they have all pitted?
Yes, they have.
They've all pitted.
Yeah, we've got another flurry going on. Ben Lay, Ben Collins, also Lucas Keys in the lane as well. So we've got plenty more going, but we still do have Faraday, Macrolos, Marnie, Clark, Perkins to go. Obviously, once Warren and Lay clear theirs, they'll be taken off that list. Faraday, obviously out there still circulating around. He goes to the top of the tree intermittently, I'm sure. So Tony Spence did a great job in that opening stint, as did Nathan Henderson, to get out there. Now Spence put some good margin between himself and Gunther Rowe and Co. And even Warren and Goddard have done a great job as well. I thought that... okay, Warren's in the pit, sorry. Is he?
Perkins in the pit.
Okay, so Warren hasn't stopped yet. But yeah, no, Goddard, I think, has done a great job as well, because that was one of the cars I thought Firthy was going to clear. Yeah, it has been a great battle, Josh, there between Clark and Marnie. It's been a fantastic battle. It's been well worthy of the watch. So Lucas Keys, bang on the button there, 32 seconds. Probably as quick as you'll see. I think we saw that out of Firthy as well, but Croston also with a 32-second stop. So hard to make that second or three up out on the track. So if you can do it in the lane, certainly worth plenty. Oh, Clark and Marnie really going at it, and a little bit of a tap there on Marnie from Maverick as well.
Yeah, just give him a little bit of a tag.
Him a hurry up.
But looks like Marty might be coming in actually, just peeling and slowing.
So, yep.
So maybe a little bit distracted there. We'll just stay on something there. Crossland. McConnell, I'll let you call it, J-Man. I'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, so Crossy really putting the heat on. Looks for the inside move down there on McConnell. Going to live there. McConnell will have the rights for the next left-hander if he can stay there, and he's going to. So Croston's still looking to sweep round the outside, and it's still going on. They're still side by side. Hopefully they can sort this out with any paint switching. But that is a hell of a battle. Still there. Croston just sweeps across the nose, gets it done. But this has been going on for some time, so don't expect it to go away. Just try and stay with it for the moment. So this is for P19 and 22 viewers. So lots of spirit out there. Doesn't matter where you are. There's always a battle. And that is... okay. So that is them to have just rounded up Marnie. I'm going to grab him on pit exit here. He's going to come out. And they're just, well, crossing through. However, McConnell not. So Marnie splits them there. And you can bet your bottom dollar that that is going to leave room for what will be Matty Clark when he comes out of the lane, because he was well inside that battle as well. So that battle is going to go, I believe, Dawson, Thackeray, Crossan, Marnie, McConnell, and then Matty Clark will join that battle. So that will be a six-way for what will be 16th to 21st once that shakes out. So where is Matty Clark? He is on the jacks as we speak. Try and get a read on what his time. He'll be looking for a nice solid 32-second stop here to try and come out and get amongst that. And if our timing's good, Davo will get back just to pick up on that. 24 seconds on the jacks already for Matty Clark. 28. You're looking for a 32. Bang, 32 seconds. He's going to come right out, I believe, in this battle as they come all charging down the front straight. That is Dawson and Thackeray side by side. Crosson's in there as well. It's going to get busy down to turn one. Where is Matty Clark? He's just come out the lane just ahead of them all. So he did a beautiful job in the lane just to clear that battle. However, they are right with him.
That is just going off, isn't it, J-Man?
Oh, mate, there's an absolute chaos down there. Every time they turn up to 1 and 2, they're all side by side. Nothing's changed there. Look, Dawson on the outside of Crossland this time. And if anything, it's actually McConnell's just gone back a little bit. Marnie's in the mix as well still. So Clark clearly the benefactor there because he was battling pretty hard with Marnie prior to the pit stop. So great job there. Although I suspect it's far from done.
Far from it, like you said, Jamie. So McConnell actually right at the back of that now, and hasn't that party grown over the last few laps?
Yeah, it has. It has. Now, look at Crossland on Dawson here. Wants that back. Marnie and McConnell in the background. And hasn't Edward Vickery done a great job this race so far?
Look at Crossy on the inside.
Yeah.
Drag races, McConnell. Dawson, should I say.
Yeah, Marnie right in there as well.
Just tries to fake him and again gets that. Over under. And you see it looked like he almost tagged the back of the Bentley there, J-Man.
Yeah, it was. I think he had to clear the throttle for sure. And look at Marnie run that high line. It looks good, that Porsche there. Back in a sec, Dave, viewers.
So Marnie right in the middle of that battle. J-Man's just been calling it. The comms guys having a quick break as well individually here, but Marnie right in amongst this. So we've got Thackeray who's got back out in front of this group. Dawson tucked there, will get over the rear wing of Dawson, and you can see what's unfolding right behind him there. These positions changing like from lap to lap. We got Dawson, Crossland, Marnie, McConnell, and I think even, is it Lay? No, Lay a little bit further back. So plenty going on here. These guys have been at it for the last 10 minutes or so. Look, what have we got? About 34 odd minutes yet to go. Macrolos in the pits. In the out. Crossland in touch. Sandwich between Dawson and Marnie. And again, just the concentration from these guys racing so close. They're only a few car lengths apart. And you look at the trainer cars, just looking over the rear wing of there, Dawson. That's Crossland in the SIMBLACKS. 43 McLaren. Marnie.
I felt like I didn't leave. It's still the same race.
No, not much has changed here. We got Marnie in the 94 Porsche. And look at the marks. We've got two as well. Dawson, Bentley, in a Bentley. Crossland in a McLaren. Marnie in a Porsche. McConnell in a Ferrari. BMW. J-Man. GT3 at its best, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. Now, Webley did a great job in the recent past too, Davo. Very close to Maverick, only about 1.1 seconds away.
Absolutely, absolutely. As I'll just make a quick mention, Lucas Keys actually coming through that pack of cars now that we've just been calling for the last 10 or 15 minutes or so. So just to throw a bit of a cat amongst those pigeons, J-Man.
Yep. And look, they will barely know he's there. He'll slip on through. They'll carry on doing their thing, battling away. And crossing down the inside of Marnie again. Marnie looking for the outside, rather. And Lucas will be just wanting to glide on through without any trouble. He has got around about, I think, 16 odd seconds, maybe 17 seconds, the difference back to Maverick. But yeah, certainly doesn't want to get caught up in the Crossy Marnie gate.
Definitely not. As Marnie
steps aside,
clearly can see. These guys are so on point, especially these boys I'm going to say the boys up the front here. We are talking the mid-pack here, guys, ladies and gentlemen. These guys, some of the best racing we've seen tonight here is between 13th and 20th.
20th?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, super disciplined stuff as we see over the rear wing of Crossland's car, J-Man. And that is Lucas Keys.
Yeah, Lucas fakes to the inside. I think Crossy will just keep this thing high and wide, let him go. Just try and he'll be looking back towards Marnie's Porsche right now. He knows what that thing looks like.
He does, J-Man, and I'm
Dawson.
surely this triggers just that sort of little thing. Yes, Dawson around Factory, you were going to say, J-Man. But
Yep.
it's like if Keys is coming through, then we know Mav's coming after, and you know the boys will eventually start to fall through.
Yep.
So these guys will be well aware of that. Looking over the rear wing of Dawson here, and so Dawson just rounding up Factory recently, and then Keys, like we were just mentioning, in amongst those pigeons.
Oh, look at the pace of this thing, just trying to round up. That is amazing pace. Now, this is going to give an invitation once again to Crossy on Factory here. And look, he got a good drive off the final corner. It's got a slight overlap on the rear quarter. Maybe not quite enough. Tucks back in. Drivers will be starting to run out of track cuts too, I would think too, Davo. So they'll just probably drive a little bit tighter through turns 1 and 2 now, or certainly 1, and then potentially out of the final 2 corners. Look for a little bit more discipline out of themselves just to make sure they don't get that infamous drive through, which was worth, I think, around 23 seconds should it happen here. So given the spread of the field, when we're looking at these battles, the likes of Dawson through to McConnell, 23 seconds. Oh, big dive now from McConnell down on the inside of Marnie. Marnie reads it well, tucks it back up underneath, goes for the over-under.
It almost looked like McConnell missed his brake mark there, J-Man, and really good presence of mind, I think, from Marnie there to open the steering. Saw him coming.
Yep.
And, yeah, no contact. And everybody's still pointing the correct direction and at it immediately. Again, it's not like it's hardly a blink of an eye. And these guys are at it again. So Crossland, Factory, Dawson. Look at the front of Crossland.
He's right on him again. Very good under brakes, both of them down here. Crossland looks good on the exit. He's just releasing the brake at the right time, tucked up in behind these cars. It looks like he's really got his proximity set pretty well here tonight, just about when to just lift the brake, maybe that second earlier. The cadence braking of that car and the modulation is very, very good. Can you just see the drive? He just looks like he's, even though he's the second car in the queue, he looks like he's just picking up the throttle slightly earlier off of that corner. Collins now right on Firth. I thought Firth he might have had something to challenge Gunther Rowe, but Gunther's driven off down the road to the tune of about 3.84 seconds, and now Firthy has got a big job at hand to try and hold back Ben Collins in the Pit Viper Retro Aston Martin for P11. And that is Crossland under threat again for Marnie and McConnell. This is just an absolute pendulum tonight. You know, 1 second you think these guys are pressing on to go and chase the next guy, and they're back in the clutches again.
Yeah, and they're still arguing about the last overtake, aren't they? They just got the elbows backwards over the front seats, and just they're still arguing about it. So awesome stuff. Great.
It's pretty cool.
What's in the comms booth here, J-Man?
Dawson's starting to make some inroads on Lee Perkins too, Davo. So that's been a very, very long, gritty drive from Pete Dawson, who did cop that that early drive
Early
through off the
penalty.
start of this
Yep,
race.
yep.
So he's transited the lane twice, the only driver in the field to have done that, but still finds himself sitting in a legitimate 15th position and potential with 26.5 minutes to go to challenge Lee Perkins for that 14th. I don't know what the margin is there. Perkins to Clark has
Clark's a chunk. Clark's a chunk. If he can get that far, then there's a whole bunch of other guys.
Meanwhile, back to Crossland.
Meanwhile,
Thackeray Marnie.
Back at the Crossland Marnie Thackeray factory here.
Yeah.
It's just like a full entertainment. And yeah, look, this group of cars has shrunk and grown in size and changed position throughout the race, but pretty well. From about 15th down to 20th has been next level for the whole race.
Collins looked for a big move on the outside of Firthy down to turn 2.
Oh, Firthy under threat. Here we
Yep.
go. So we sort of expect to see Firth maybe around about that 10th position. Now it's sort of all equalised. Where is he? Where is he actually? 11th. So
he's 11th, and he's on a tyre that's done a lot more work than everybody else around him because he came in so early. So he's still got another 25 minutes to hang on to that tyre. We know that the Ferrari is particularly good on fuel. However, the tyre, that could be a completely different question. As we see Dawson now starting to range up on Perkins. So this is a very, very gritty drive here from the 54 car of Pete Dawson. Guy in recent times that you and I have both had the pleasure of driving within another format, another series of racing, and he's a very astute racer in his own right. Pretty calm character, doesn't get too excited. He gets out there, does the business though.
Oh, definitely, J-Man. Great temperament for racing, cool as a cucumber, and just makes it happen. You know, all the talk is done on track.
Once again, Collins outside of Firth. He's tried twice now. Firth has been awake to it, so I'd say Firth will just look for that inside line each time at turn 2. Drive through for Chris McConnell. That is an absolute shame because he has been a part of what has been an outstanding battle all night. So the 49 car is going to have to take around about a 23 transition. Second down through pit lane and look up the front. That is Steve Crossland, Marnie, and also Eddie Thackeray as well. They were 3 wide into 2. Marnie is going to look for an inside move here down to 3 on Crossland. Thinks better of it. Crossy very, very deep into 3 this time.
Marnie's such a measured driver, J-Man.
Yeah, very, very calculated for sure.
Yeah, look, really see the mistakes. Has a big crack every now and then, but at it. But yeah, really see some major mistakes. And look, in this sort of style of racing, in this mid-pack style of racing, J-Man, you definitely got to keep your head together to make the gains. So close. Firth.
Yeah, can't find a way through on Firthy at the moment, mate. This is the strong Firthy. You'll go to the inside once again. And you watch Collins very, very deep on the high line up here. Has he done enough this time? Firthy runs it deep down and covers the inside line. Oh, they come a little bit of contact on the exit this time. A lot closer, a lot more aggressive. So Firthy prevails once again.
Yeah, it looked like Firth just grabbing a little bit of handful of opposite lock there to counter any oversteer and gave Collins a bit of a clip on the way out of 2. No harm, no foul, and these boys run down to 3 and it's on. Flame spitting from Collins. Aston Martin here. Down to the only, I think, is it the only 2 left-handers in this track, J-Man?
It is. And also Macrolos now sort of late sting in the tail with just under 22 minutes to go, has caught the back of Tony Spence. That is 7th and 8th, and he's really well on the wick up here. Came in there on a 28.5 last lap round versus Tony Spence's 29.4, so it's legitimate pace the 222 Audi has got to get there.
Yeah, look, and we've seen it all season, but unfortunately, Macrolos just failing to deliver in that Audi. It's looked so quick some of these rounds, J-Man, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, like, but it literally is trying to kill Macrolos. Cole Costas.
Oh, Crossland with a run. Crossing with a run on Thackeray here. Tucks back in. They're all doing such a fantastic job. So disciplined under brakes, because I believe they're absolutely on the ragged edge every time they grab that middle pedal up to turn 2. It's a big stop.
Thackeray, like, we've called everybody around him with superlatives.
Yep.
But Thackeray has just literally just sat there and kept his nose clean.
Done nothing wrong.
And he's still there, you know,
Yep.
like, and worthy of a mention. Awesome work. He's still got, look, what do we got? 20 minutes, J-Man. He's got a lot of work as we see CROSSCUT.
Yeah, also Firthy, very defensive down to turn 1 as well. He is doing a level best to try and hold back Ben Collins, but I can't help but feel like Collins got the run this time, got the job done out of 1, Davo.
Oh, there you go. We will pick up on that.
Oh, look at that. Rain and 30. Well, the race will be finished by that point of time, viewers, but...
Okay, just a sneaky look back on the replay there. Might have looked like Firthy's fish finger Ferrari. Might have just let that Aston go a little bit. Gave him a little bit of license.
Yep.
Might not have had anything to fight. And look, we know position on track at the end of the race here is critical for your championship. These guys well on point with all this stuff. Adding up the numbers, where is their race? Firthy, I'm sure, weighing that all up in his head. We've already annoyed him once tonight. We will not get him back up in the comms box.
No.
Again, that would just do his head in. But we will stay on, because these are the closest cars on track, ladies and gentlemen. And
them and Macrolos Spence also. Although Macrolos just cooks it under brakes and gets it wrong down there to turn 2, he'll actually press on. But anyway, back to Crossy.
That won't take long for him to get back up there, I think. So yes, what do we got here? We've got Thackeray out in front in the McLaren, Crossland in the SIMBLACKS, number 43 McLaren, Marnie in the Porsche, and who is that in the background? Lay. So these guys going at it. Dawson out in front, stretching his legs. Perkins, Thackeray, Crossland, Marnie, again through turn 2. Working hard for this.
I don't know. On Matty T, what's gone on there? As the cloud rolls in, guys.
Just so we can pick up on this. Okay, so we've just picked up on a 30-second, going back about 30 seconds here. And Fernando already on the back of Matty.
Oh, Crossland inside of Thackeray. Is he going to get it done? He's down there. He's got it done. Although what we know historically is this isn't over. As Thackeray's got the outside run down to the final 2 corners. They're still side by side. Still side by side.
Yeah,
Oh, that is crazy.
there you go.
Oh, Matty Clark. Matty Clark gets a drive through.
Oh, no.
Oh, that is a shame. He was having such a... Oh, Matty... What? Matty T. Okay, so that's the word. She's had a rear brake failure. And that's allowed.
Oh, so that's
That
why
has
she's
allowed
going
all the way
backwards.
through.
Yeah, okay.
Who?
And so now who's next?
Hendo.
Hendo. He's
in
a
the-
fair way back. And that
He
looks
is.
very slippery on the way out of the final corner there. Macrolos in 8th, chasing down
Firth
Toby
back through on
Spence.
Collins too.
What the hell? Let's get a load of that. We will get out of Nick First car. Collins wide into 3. In the replay there, J-Man.
And Dawson, in the interim, during all that excitement, did manage to round up Lee Perkins as well, Davo, viewers. So he is up to P14 from effectively, might as well call the back of the grid after having to do that early drive-through as Matty Clark takes his drive-through penalty. Now that will cost him another 23 seconds, and that is going to drop him down substantially down the pack. Spence, Macrolos, that is trading. They are side by side as we speak. Macrolos on the outside. Going to get the inside for the next left.
Doesn't get more even than that. Out of 3, those two boys literally bumper to bumper.
Still
J-Man.
not done.
Side
Still
by
not
side.
done.
And they are still bumper to bumper.
Giving each other plenty of room.
McLaren v Audi. Spence v
Ooh,
Macrolos.
paint,
Oh,
little
a little bit of gizzing here and there.
Oh, beautiful stuff as Spence just tucks in behind in the J Blood McLaren. That is far from done, Davo.
Whew. We thought
Crossing,
we thought the mid pack was interesting. These
crossing
guys,
now all over Perkins.
Collins and Firth, still at it as well, Jay.
Yeah, Firth on some very, very spent tyres. Looks to cover. This is where he covered last time, and then he was so shallow that Collins got the run from the outside up between 1 and 2.
But then
Just similar
Collins
look
made the
again.
mistake. So, Firthy back round and at it again. Here we go.
Goes to the outside. Firthy's car's been pretty good on the inside here all night.
Race down to 2 here. Still, what? We got, 13 and a half minutes to go, J-Man. Oh.
Yeah, round about. Collins, Firth, still side by side. Firthy with the option line down on the inside. That is Lucas Keys about to come and grab them again.
So that'll be the second time for both those guys, won't it, J-Man?
Yeah. Oh, look. You're going to have to flick back to the SIMBLACKS sponsored car. and see if
Oh,
possible
well, we're
Lee
on it.
Perkins.
We
Yeah.
are all over it, J-Man.
And he is
Thackeray
still got
right
in there.
amongst there as well.
Marnie's still in the mix.
No! As we see the SIMBLACKS McLaren weave and snake out of turn 3 there.
And in the background, McConnell on the comeback after that drive-through just managed to grab Jonathan Warren to move himself back up to P20. But it is all about the crossing. Oh, who was that? That was Perkins heavily through the kitty litter.
Oh,
and that's going to
no.
lose 3 positions. And that will be to Thackeray,
Slightest
Barney,
of
Crossland.
mistakes here, J-Man. We'll just pick it up on the replay here. Just a quick one. Just got out of it. Oh, that was a weird... Looks so awkward the way the car just stepped off the ripple strip there and out into the sand. Literally changed the whole dynamic of the handling of the car. Just literally pulled that thing up. Close stuff. Definitely changed the dynamic of that little battle a little bit, as well as now Crossland pulls away. Now can start focusing on chasing back that Bentley. But look at the background there. It's not over because we've got Thackeray, Marnie and Perkins all still going at it. Oh, actually, that's Mav coming through.
Yeah, Mav's coming through the mix as well. He's on his own, got his own agenda going on. He's still eyes forward towards Lucas Keys. It's a little bit of contact in the middle of the corner. That's going to upset the Thackeray car there in the middle. It's going to allow Marnie to go through during that little exchange there and possibly put Thackeray up vulnerable to Perkins again. So Perkins recovering after that little bit of a gravel pit potato planting expedition down there at turn 5 earlier.
No doubt.
Oh, and they're going to go side by side, heading to the final sector as well. That is going to be those two there. Perkins, Thackeray going to come down through the final sector. Trading. Ferrari on McLaren.
Yes, it is. It is McLaren v Ferrari once again, J-Man. We've seen it a few times tonight already. We've seen it with Crossland and McConnell there for nearly more than half the race, actually.
It's 10.5 minutes to go on this race, and this is the quietest this Crossland's been all night.
Yeah. These
Perkins.
two side by side. And again, looking for the cut back. Look at all that wasted space on the outside, J-Man. We know how quick it is around there.
Yeah, look at that. They've got tunnel vision on the pass, though, so kind of a little bit of monkey see, monkey do as he fakes to the inside. Thackeray doesn't fall for it. Not this time. And Collins through on Firth. Now, Firth, well back. Well back. There must have been a mistake. I don't know if we can get a 15 on that. Might give us a bit of insight to what happened there.
Oh, yeah, we got a replay on that. We got a replay on that, J-Man. That's for sure. So, Firth, well out in front of Collins in the Aston. And again, it's very similar exercise, excursion out into the sand.
Same as what Perkins did.
At the bottom of the hill. So
no front right left on that car, I don't think.
And once it's out there, they cannot stop that thing. It just drops into the sand all over Red Rover. And Colin.
Yeah, look, Marnie's not done trying to chase down Crossland either. Crossland's going to have to yield very shortly to Maverick. He'll probably do that in a place, I would think, that's not going to hurt his lap time too much. He's a pretty smart operator, as Crossy. So maybe a little lift of the throttle. Maybe a little bit earlier down between 2 and 3 just to clear Maverick and not upset the momentum too much. Be a good option. And there he goes.
Yeah, and I suspect Marnie there just trying to weigh up his bets and just thinking, okay, well, I've had to back off to let Mav through. It's upset my rhythm. Hopefully Crossy's rhythm is upset a little bit in front of me, and he's just sort of hoping for that equalisation, isn't he, in that gap between the two cars. But like you said, Crossy, smooth operator, just saw Mav coming, just probably drew the good straw there too. And just allowing him to sneak past without too much interruption. So Marnie, a little bit more work to do before he gets to the back of Crossland, if he does it all. Warren sandwiched in between, I think that is the McConnell car and Golombek.
Yeah, I don't think that Ferrari does like that corner there, Craig McConnell, or certainly the front right after an hour and 20 minutes or an hour and 10 minutes doesn't like it. One of the two, or both. Spence still putting a fair bit of pressure on Macrolos as well as we speak. Perkins, Thackeray, that has certainly been a worthy battle all night. And is there a late sting in the tail, Davo and viewers? We're going to see any more track infringements or potential brake failures. We heard from Elvis earlier that Matty T protesting over the comms that the rear brakes on that Mustang had gone south as well.
Yeah,
so she
yep,
stabilised it now. So maybe she's wound a bit of the brake bias forward and just sort of stabilised. She's in there running mid-29, so not too shabby. However, Henderson behind him is about 7 seconds behind.
Yeah. But she did lose a position to Fernando in the interim, so yeah. Yes, still plenty to play for as we wind down. Oh my God, J-Man, it's less than 6.5 minutes to go. Time just flies. I'm sure you said it was 20 minutes only just a couple of seconds ago, but
I could have.
Warren on McConnell. McConnell, what a cracking race from McConnell tonight. Heaps of airtime.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the drive-through, you know that he'd still been up there battling with Steve Crossland, Joseph Marnie, Eddie Thackeray, and Lee Perkins for sure.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Perkins still trying to work over the back of Thackeray. Great conditions here at the moment. 18 degrees, ambient, track is 22. The rain is rolling in, but we'll be out of here before that.
Yeah.
So no stress there, guys.
Spence, Macrolos, that's still not done as well. I thought when Macrolos got through, might have checked out because it looked quite convincing, but that is pressed on. That has stayed status quo. Only 0.3, point nothing really in between that battle. So that's one missed brake marker or apex slightly wrong, and I feel like the J-Blood McLaren of Tony Spence will be back up there again. Super, super close. Marnie also, he's closed that gap down on Crossland. We saw Crossland check out earlier in the piece when he got through on Thackeray and Perkins after that little run wide from Perkins through the kitty litter down through 5. But Marnie has absolutely just been pinpoint accurate in his decision making tonight. We saw him several times early in the piece just pick up the brake pedal or clear the accelerator pedal just to stay out of trouble's way when stuff was going on in front of him. I'm picking on the Matty Clark, Gunther Rowe, Danny Kim stuff earlier on in the night, if you remember back, Davo, and he was very, very calculated not to get involved in that.
Absolutely, yep.
Appeared overcautious, to be honest, but it's actually played big dividends because he's, 4 minutes to go on this race and he's still very much in touch in P15 with the Steve Crossland in 14th. So
yes. And look, we are calling these guys like they are winning the race because that is where the race is, ladies and gentlemen. This mid-pack is next level at the moment and has been for most of the race. Still trading some places, only a few laps to go. Tony Spence on Macrolos, waning. Perkins on Thackeray,
Firth in the pits, he can go no longer. He has had enough.
Oh, really?
On that set of tyres, I think, or the fuel load, one of the two.
So maybe a miscalculation there, J-Man, on one and or both.
Yep.
So interesting move. First,
it's a tough gig from
pits.
4th in the championship.
That is a massive hit, actually.
Yeah, look, it's a very, very quick stop. I'll tell you what it was. It was a splash and dash for what appears to be around about 8 seconds of fuel, but it cost him 36 seconds outright, and he's going to rejoin this race behind what will be, I think, Ben Lay it is. So that'll be effectively 11th. 11th back to 19th, so that was costly. Lost 7 positions there.
Ouch.
Somewhere around there. Maybe it was 12th. Yeah, so. Pete Dawson, now I'm going to pick on this car with only a couple minutes to go just quickly. He's not engaged in any sort of great battle at the moment. He's out there doing the business. He's got Maverick about to try and round him up inside the final 2 minutes to put a lap on him. But it is the drive. It is the drive that saw him effectively go from P25, or P26 actually at the time, I think, all the way up to P12. It's an outstanding drive to come back through. Got to start infringement, got to drive through straight away, cost him 23 seconds, put his head down,
Yep, that's it.
and has come back very, very strong. So those are the nights that, you know, I think even Pete Dawson will remember, not for the mistakes, but for the comeback.
Yeah, so working his way back through, back up into 12th position, J-Man. We knew it was a bit of a stretch to get to Collins. From there on, we only have about a minute and a half to go. Ever so close to the end of this race. Here, Spence and Macalostal still.
Yeah, so there'll only be one to go as we see Lucas Keys come around the final complex of corners, comes past pit entry as we speak, and tucks it in for the final two right-handers. And unfortunately, we do have another drive-through, and that will be Jonathan Warren cops a track infringement penalty there by the looks of things late in the piece.
Right, man. Leader is on the final lap.
Oh, and that hurts, especially with only one lap to go. He was so close.
It was so close, J-Man. And look, at it has been super clean. We know how easy it is to get track cuts here. So these guys are super disciplined here tonight. And
Oh, Spence, Macrolos. It's not done. Marnie, has he got anything left in it? Can he make back that 0.9 of a second in this last lap? Is there one last dive at it? Spence also, he's got one more. He's got this one. Spence close now.
Oh, Spence got more of a shot at it than Marnie has. These guys have got another lap after this, so these guys are going to roll across the line here, down into this final complex here. These couple of right-handers here. Very easy to get a little too wide on both, or a little bit too tight on the inside there.
Yep. Yeah. Macrolos got a big job to do here for this final lap. Spence will know this is it. He'll go for broke. He is very, very close as they head up to 2. Super close. Can he have a look here? Looks to the inside, shows the nose, fakes Macrolos into running a little too deep, tucks the car up the inside. It's going to be a drag race between 2 and 3, Davo. And big congratulations. Sorry, Lucas. We did just pick up Lucas Keys finishing the race there. Very, very solid effort. Maverick to cross the line in second. Over Brandon Webley, and then Shane Fodado. I shouldn't say that too soon because there's not much of a margin between there, but only 2 corners to go for those 2 drivers. But back to Spence. Macrolos will stick with the action live and give some congratulations shortly. Spence really, really chasing hard. Oh, he's only got a couple of corners to do it. It's looking unlikely.
He doesn't look like he's let up though. Macala's still having to push hard to stay in front of Spence. The slightest mistake.
Oh,
Look at the
right
gain.
There. Right there.
And the flash of the headlights from
Beautiful
Tony
stuff.
Spence. Nice work from both those boys. So 7th and 8th respectively, J-Man.
Yeah,
Goddard
so we'll do a recap. Lucas Keys over Maverick, Brandon Webley, Shane Fodado, Matty T for the top 5. Hendo, Macrolos, Spence, as we just saw, 7th and 8th. Goddard, great drive from George Goddard there. P9, Gunther Rogue brings it home in for a top 10 over Ben Collins, Pete Dawson, Steve Crossan, James Marnie, Joseph Marnie, Eddie Fickery, Matty Clark. It's around 16, Ben Lay. Oh, I think that leaderboard's going a bit nuts, but anyway, you get the gist of it. It is a fantastic night of racing of what was a very, very competitive mid-pack. You know, I'm going to pick that anywhere sort of 15th to 21st was an absolute stellar, I guess, race to witness from our point of view, Dave. It was incredibly
for sure.
competitive.
Absolutely. We always love the mid-pack. It's a bit of a sliding scale, you know, like sometimes though. Usually, you know, quite often we see the mid-pack is, you know, like just around that top 10 to 15 mark. tonight it was like that 15 down to 20th, wasn't it? So, yeah, awesome to watch. As always, these guys going hard at it and delivering once again. J-Man, we got to thank just quietly. Are we going to get a couple of interviews in here?
We'll get some interviews going on. And the first cab off the rank is a good friend of ours, Shane Firth. You got us on comms.
Hey guys.
Mate, fantastic race there. How'd you do? And we looked back there, thought it was pretty status quo up the front, and then all of a sudden saw you really closing in on Matty T. So no issues with your rear brakes, mate?
No, my brakes are fine. They're just both of them I think had rear brake failure or something. So, but I noticed I was not braking on the curbs. They were using a lot more track than I was. Maybe that had something to do with it.
Yep. Now, fastest lap of the race for you, I think, was around about a low 28, mate. And the car looked good. The Mustangs actually looked really good outside of the two Datsuns. They're up the road. There was a trio of Mustangs afterwards. So there's third, fourth, fifth were Mustangs. So the Mustang likes the place. You've obviously come off the back of another stint here recently in another manufacturer. Looked pretty comfortable out there, Shano?
Yeah, my race setup was pretty good. I actually didn't have two fresh sets of tyres, so I ran long on the first set, and then so the second set didn't have to do as much work. The tyres held on pretty good all the way to the end.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Well, a fully entertaining race, and there was moments there, you guys were pretty much in a very, very good rhythm through the better portion of that race, and it was only sort of when we looked back and saw a bit of a shift there, and I tell you what, the watch back is very much about that 15 through to 21st, I think, but look, you guys had incredible pace. There was nothing in qualifying, I think, outside of those 27s we saw from the front few. I think those low 28s to 28 zeros, I think we might have saw about 6 28 zeros in a row in qualifying, so massively competitive field. So well done on the podium, Shano, because you well and truly earned it tonight.
I think I got fourth, but I think I got fourth. But anyway, good having a chat.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Well, we probably won't get a chance to talk to Luke, although Lucas is here, so we might get a chance to talk to him. No, we won't. He's gone.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the data's gone all cooked on us, mate. But nonetheless, it was still nice talking. So we need to find out who was third now.
Wibbly.
Okay. Cheers, Shano.
Sweet. Catch it, boys.
Thanks, buddy.
See you, bro.
All right. We'll
Brandon?
bring in the real. We'll bring in the real third now and have a talk.
We'll go the real third.
Yeah. We just brought in the other guy who we thought was third, but this is the real third, I think. You got us on comms, Brandon?
Yo, how you going?
Mate, I don't want to take that podium away from you, but look, mate, talk to us about that race and how was your rear brakes?
No good either. That something happened at like halfway through the second stint, and my car was really not working properly. So yeah, it was quite fun up until then, but oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a relatively good battle there. We saw you sort of trading some good times with Matty early on, Brandon, and the cars look quick. They didn't look Datsun quick. Unfortunately, I think that's clearly combination
That's
probably
another level.
the hands of Mav and Lucas, and then and I think those Datsuns are just something special around there as well. But outside of that, I think the three of you, I think the trio of Mustangs, which made third, fourth, and fifth on the grid for the start of that one, looked very, very competitive.
Yeah, it was. I was almost catching Mav for a little bit in the second stint there, and then I don't know if I pushed too much or if I had some kind of setup failure, but my car very quickly didn't work anymore. So, but yeah, I think the Red Bull Ring is one of the best tracks for the GTR.
Yeah, no, look, very impressive. However, mate, once again, another podium. You're constructing a good championship at the moment. So congratulations on that, mate. They're always, well earned when you get to do them, especially for a 90-minute, mate. You've really got to dig in and keep your focus. And, I can't imagine that any part of that tonight was easy, trying to massage that thing around for 90 minutes.
Yeah. It's not my favorite ever track, but I guess now I've had a bit more practice on it. It's starting to come to me a bit. So, yeah. Wasn't too bad, but yeah. Cheers for the broadcast again, guys.
Yeah, no, you're more than welcome. Thanks for the chat, Brandon Webley. A great result too, mate. So enjoy that one.
Thanks,
Thank you, guys.
Brandon. Well done.
All right, and we shall grab.
Who else have we
Mav.
got? Have we got
we
anyone
got-
left?
We got Mav here. So we'll have a quick chat to Mav and just get his take on everything. Mav, fantastic. I'm going to start with the official practice. There was a bit of an arm wrestle going on from early on the night. Obviously, yourself and the Datsun, something different for us and yourself. Very, very good times, and then trading super quick times in the quali. And then talk to us about the feel of that car. Obviously, we're not used to seeing you out there, and how that all went tonight, trying to chase down Lucas, who's well familiar with that Datsun. We actually might not have Mav on.
G'day, guys.
No, we
Oh,
have.
yes,
we
we
have.
do.
I'm not sure what he heard,
Long,
but
long time.
Yeah. So, mate, I don't know what you just picked up on there, but
No, I got everything, mate. I heard
yeah.
everything.
So, talk to us
Um,
about that Datsun and the option going to that car.
It was refreshing not having to clench my butthole every time I go over a curb.
Yeah.
Having driven that Honda for I don't know how many races
Too,
now,
too long, clearly. Too long,
This-
man.
the GTR is so easy to drive.
Okay.
You could do it with one eye open, I reckon. So yeah, I was just testing it out, have a bit of fun. Just thought I'd do it an easy.
Test it
Easy
out, have a
night.
bit of fun.
Outside of the rear end stability with the high speed change, the direction, Mav, where do you think it is? Is it on horsepower? Is it on brakes? Or is it everywhere?
It's probably everywhere except the high speed corners, I'd say. So brakes are better than the Honda.
So
Top
what's
speed
what's the
is
stuff on the
better.
high speed? Is it understeer or?
I think it just doesn't have the grip somehow.
Okay.
It's got good grip, but not in the high speed corners. But when there's curbs involved, like at the last two
It's
turns,
beautiful.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to like the Honda. I used to close my eyes.
Yeah.
in that
And just
last-
hold your breath, like I said, and pucker a little.
yeah, and the it's nice to have a bit of top speed as well. So
Yeah.
I miss having that.
Yeah, nice. Well, it looked good out there tonight, mate, at your hands, and you certainly traded some great times with Lucas, especially in the quali. And then, you guys went out at it, and he made that margin, and then I think certainly stretched it with traffic at one point there as well. So, congratulations on that. It did look good, and it's it's refreshing to have you back up here, mate. It's something. If you're not here, it's a little strange. So, yeah, it's back to normality, really.
Yeah, I just had a bit of a break, but I might pop up here and there for a couple of races.
I'm sure we'll get to talk to you again, mate. So, no, congratulations on that, man. And yeah, like I said, breath of fresh air, seeing you in something different, and really made it work straight away. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the commentary. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, no drama.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, bye.
All right, so there you go. And there is, sorry, viewers, to stretch this one out, but there is one guy that I want to talk to, David.
Oh,
you probably
yeah?
know who I'm going to grab,
Oh.
and it's a notable chat if he's got his mic on, and
If
just
he,
give us a quick hello if you have got your mic on, Pete.
Oh yeah, hi guys.
Yeah, mate. Congrats on tonight, mate. And obviously, I'm not going to focus too much on the negative, which was the start of the race. But that's predominantly why I've got you here, mate, because that was a really, really gritty drive, Pete, to effectively go from the back of the pack up to, I think what ended up being was that around 14th
12,
or better?
12.
Well,
P12, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the nights you'll remember for all the right reasons, I think, Pete. Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, thanks guys. It was a hard pill to swallow. I was tempted to give up on that first lap, but then I thought, this might be fun. And then, yeah, it's actually fun going through the pack, but it was a good race.
Yeah, and I mean, I think, like I watched intently throughout, even at times when I probably wasn't talking about the drive back through, there were still certain things that were popping up for me. And, I think it was given when it's due, Pete, and it was probably the time when you came up on the back of, I want to say McConnell and Crossland and that. I thought you were very,
Yep.
very patient. I think Matty Clark was in there as well, and I thought the patience that you exerted inside that first 40 was particularly, noteworthy, based on the fact that you sat there and you weren't, over panicked by it, and you just pressed away, and then it really come to fruition that back quarter of the race. Just you were in that position to keep pressing on, and with the strategy, and to give away 23 seconds at the start like you did, plus the lap time, I thought was a great drive, and that was why I just wanted to give you a big congrats, mate, because that was a really gritty drive, something that we don't see often, because it's pretty easy to hit that I'm going to bed button. So
Yeah.
well done.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yep. Nah, well done,
Night.
Pete.
Cheers.
Good talking, mate. Cheers, pal. So that was Pete Dawson, back of the pack to P12. Noteworthy drive. But once again, congratulations to Lucas Keys on what was another fantastic dominating victory from pole to checkers over Maverick, over Brandon Webley. So well done.
Definitely, J-Man.
David.
Yes, couple of quick mentions. You viewers, thank you very much for joining us here for MatchFit Entertainment's coverage of Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 7 here at Red Bull Ring for round 7. J-Man, 90-minute race. Awesome stuff. Quickly brought to you by SIMBLACKS, CrossCut Woodworks, Carpentry and Joinery, HENDO, True to Life Racing Designs, Crossy 43, like I mentioned already, streamed by MatchFit Entertainment. If you haven't already got over to Crossy's Twitch channel, you guys have been on another planet. These guys do this every week. Give away.
What?
So, awesome
Yes.
stuff. We got another, I think, 4 rounds, J-Man. Where are we at? In the calendar? We have just wrapped up Red Bull Ring. That means Zandvoort is after it, and Laguna Seca, and Watkins Glen for a 2-hour race at the end of the season. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, J-Man, for joining me again tonight. And look, on your way out, viewers, hit the like and subscribe button, and keep the algorithms turning for Rainlight Racing and MatchFit Entertainment. And we will see you all next week at Zandvoort. Bye for now. Bye,
See ya.
J-Man.